Welcome to Discovery! Roll the intro, please. We have a big episode today. While other metal YouTubers are already sharing their favorite albums of the year, I'm playing the waiting game. My list won't be released for a few more fucking weeks just yet. In this episode, we got I'm talking about 8 brand new albums that were released this month in December. The first week of December was stacked with fucking releases. Some are amazing, some are okay, but nothing is outright bad. It's interesting how everyone is putting together the end of year list when the year hasn't even fucking ended. It's as if they're hoping or wishing and for the year to be over already. Embrace the fucking moment you're living in. Enjoy every second of it. Don't wish the end of the year. Sorry for getting so fucking philosophical, but I don't believe in publishing my end of year list until the final days of the year, when new album releases come to a halt. Already this month, I discovered one of my favorite albums of the year, and that will be in the main event for this discovery. We'll also discuss some black metal albums and a bit of power metal and also a bit of death metal and even doom. So before I dive in, feel free to share your favorite discoveries in the comments below, and let's get started. To kick off this episode of Discovery, we're heading over to Norway to explore Svarttjern and their latest album, Draw Blood, released on December 6th through Soul Cellar Records. Take a listen. What a wild ride this album is. I truly enjoyed it from start to finish. It captures a brooding atmosphere that is simultaneously high octane, making for an exhilarating experience, listening experience. The vocals are particularly striking, piercing through the fucking mix with a raw intensity that demands your attention and pulls you into their dark world. There are some fantastic melodies and hooks that really elevate the music, especially in hard-hitting tracks like Determination. The guitar riffs in Follow Through and Don't Complain Your Lost are thunderous, propelled by heavy percussion that keeps your adrenaline pumping and your heart racing. Each song is heavy. And energetic, evoking a certain darkness that reminds me of Shining, especially in the themes they convey. This album is a fantastic metal offering from start to finish, steeped in the evil, brooding atmosphere that you can almost feel pressing in around you. The musicianship is top notch. Tracks like Chop Slit Flay stand out as an absolute highlight for me, showcasing the band's incredible creativity on this. They even put their own spin on a Rolling Stones classic, Under My Thumb, which is really impressive. I generally enjoyed how they made that song their own. It adds a unique flair and unexpected twist to the album, demonstrating their versatility and willingness to experiment. The closing track, Sin Offer Obey, is an absolute powerhouse. It's fucking great. Featuring hard-hitting drums, relentless blast beats, intricate tremolo picking, and harsh piercing vocals that leave a great ending to the album. It's a perfect way to wrap up an album, in my opinion, and that has taken you on such an intense fucking journey. Overall, this is a solid black metal album for December, and I had a lot of fun listening to it. That said, while it's a great album, it doesn't break new ground. I felt like I've heard elements of it before in other works. Still, it's a satisfying listen that delivers on all fronts, so I'm giving it a solid score of 70%. I thoroughly enjoyed this record, and it absolutely deserves that rating. One album that truly took me by surprise is the international sensation Asterise and their breathtaking new release, Tale of a Wandering Soul, which was released on December 6th through Inverse Records. Take a listen.
One day I'll be the one unrolling this mystery.
This is not just an album, it's a progressive symphonic epic power metal odyssey that dazzles from start to fucking finish. I was utterly captivated. The soaring guitar solos, the lush orchestral elements, and the top-notch vocals come together in a symphony of sound that demands your attention. The music echoes the grandeur of Rhapsody, showcasing a level of complexity and creativity that is simply stunning, and even reminded me of bands such as even Halloween, especially with the high-octane passages. The songwriting is nothing short of brilliant, with melodies that burrow deep into your mind and refuse to let fucking go. The neoclassical elements add yet another dimension to the album's overall structure, elevating it to a round that feels both timeless and majestic. While I personally adore the vocals, I understand that some may not resonate with the vocals may not resonate with everyone. However, you will be entranced by the magical fucking guitar work that defines this album. It feels like it was crafted in the golden era of the 90s or even the 80s, standing apart from the polished sound of modern power metal. Wicked Dream is one of my favorite tracks, taking you on a thrilling ride where one moment feels like you're being fucking chased, only to be propelled into an explosive power metal breakdown. Tales of a Wandering Soul serves as a beautiful ballad, that self-titled track that offers a moment of respite from the intensity, featuring angelic female vocals that intertwine within the leads, creating a truly ethereal experience. Then there's Twisted Ferryman, a track that will haunt your mind long after the last note fades away, and it's so good. I also love the Dream Theater vibe in Awaken, where the progressive elements catch you off guard, adding layers to the complexity that keeps you on your toes. At nearly an hour long, this expansive progressive record is filled with infectious hooks, fantastic fucking melodies, exhilarating shredding, stunning keyboard solos, and symphonic elements that will leave you breathless. Overall, I'm giving this an album an impressive 80%. The more I listen to it, the more I fall in love with its intricacies and epic scope. To me, this is undoubtedly one of the best power metal albums I've encountered all year, and it comes in December. We delve into the realm of atmospheric black metal, where a band hailing from the Netherlands has unleashed a haunting sophomore album, Amber and God, released on December 1st through Flowing Downward. This album is a captivating journey into the depths of atmospheric black metal, drenched in a lo-fi production that enhances its raw, unsettling nature. The shrieking vocals evoke the chilling essence of the raw 90s black metal aesthetic, transporting you to a time when darkness reigned fucking supreme. The songwriting is compelling, with guitars that weave intricate melodies throughout the abundant tapestry of the brooding atmosphere. Dark ambient synths lingers in the background, creating an ominous presence that can make you feel profoundly uncomfortable as you listen. As I mentioned, the production is lo-fi, yet every element resonates clearly, echoing the rawness found in Paysage de Ver's new album Neckbreakker. However, while comparisons may arise, I must add, I will assure you that Amber and God is a beast of its own. It stands in stark contrast to the oppressive weight of songs like the self-titled track In Deep Despair and the beautifully melodic Beneath Our Sword. Did I even mention the band's name, Our Throne? Yes, the band's name is called Our Throne, and this album is fantastic. Beneath Our Sword, which showcases a captivating hook that will echo in your mind after it fades away. Bereft of all light, features thunderous fucking percussion that reverberates through your very core, adding to the album's unsettling intensity. Overall, it's a solid album that, while effective in its execution, may not make it onto my end of year list. It could, however, find a place on my end of month compilation. It's familiar territory, drawing from a well-trodden path in the black metal genre. While maybe raw and undeniably good, it doesn't quite reach the heights of greatness like Paysage de Ver. Therefore, I'm scoring this album around 70%. This is still a fantastic album, don't get me wrong, and a 70% is a pretty good fucking score. The harsh vocals are truly fantastic, piercing through the mix and creating a dark, oppressive atmosphere that lingers in the air like a chilling fog. Some albums released this week that have already been featured on Discovery include Ara and the album Eiger, a cold, dark, atmospheric black metal album infused with manic fucking vocals. Then there's Cure with an album I can't quite pronounce, but whoa, what an adventure. It's another atmospheric black metal offering filled with fantastic riffs and captivating melodies. Be sure to check them out, and they were on Discovery last week. Next up is a band from Denmark, Panzerchrist, and their new album Maleficium Part 1, released on December 6th through Emancipation Productions. I find myself a bit torn with this one. While I like it, I don't think it has a lot of substance. I've never encountered a vocalist who repeats the song title over and over again, especially in black metal. And on this, yes, he repeats the same fucking song titles in the song and repeats the same fucking choruses. Yes, much of this album is catchy, but the lyrics are quite weak, and it doesn't help when you can understand all of the lyrics. There is a great deal of repetition, and while that can work in black metal, it often feels forced here. The songwriting at times feels fucking lackluster overall, although there are some really good parts, such as the guitars and the epic feel of the album. I still don't feel compelled to revisit it. To me, this is a simple black metal album. Black metal that lacks the innovative approach needed to create something truly engaging. The repetition can be overwhelming. How many fucking times can a vocalist scream, "Blood leeches! Blood leeches!" The song "Weak is the Flesh" can become particularly grating when you hear it repeated countless fucking times throughout the song. Weak as the Flesh, I swear, he does it like 20 or 30 times in the same monotone voice.
Weak as the
However, Mist on the Moat is probably my favorite track from the album, showcasing excellent songwriting with less repetition and a more creative sonic approach. Confession is another interesting song with an intro that sounds like someone is being fucking brutally murdered, which sets an intense tone. So unfortunately, the rest of the album is fairly forgettable. It's not bad, it's good, but not very good. There are some melodic elements and plenty of hooks, but when you have bands like Ara releasing outstanding albums like Aiga, Panzerchrist seems to fall short this time. The vocals are strong, I appreciate the aggression in his voice and the harsh malice with which he delivers every fucking lyric. However, the constant repetition of the same phrases can become overbearing. And this is my pet hate. I'm giving this album a score of 50%. It's definitely not one of the standout black metal albums of the month. While the band sounds tight, the average songwriting leaves much to be desired. And yeah, semi get in the bin. We may as well address another mediocre album released this week within the Viscera, which debuted independently on December 6th. Take a listen. Now, I may have strayed with my initial description. Mediocre isn't quite the right word. It's actually a pretty good album if you enjoy modern sounding death metal that is so fucking polished. Personally, I prefer my death metal to be a bit grittier, but I must say the sound of this album is phenomenal when listening through headphones. The vocals are fucking monstrous and there's a lot of groove throughout the record with heavy riffs and even some breakdowns. Yes, there are breakdowns, like core breakdowns, but they still maintain that death metal aesthetic. At times there's a deathcore edge which may be attributed to the polished production. Overall, it's a solid record filled with compositions. That are sure to impress. The great solos, chugging fucking riffs, and those vocals really steal the spotlight on this album. Tracks like Horizon of Spikes hit hard, while the monstrous breakdown in Nephilim is sure to leave an impact. Purgatory Rites is another noteworthy song that stands out. While it's definitely not my favorite death metal album, it sounds incredibly fucking modern, and at times I find myself questioning whether it leans more towards deathcore. However, upon listening to this album repeatedly, I come to appreciate it as a solid death metal record with a contemporary touch. So to cut straight to the point, I'm scoring this right down the middle at another 50%. I just love that murky, cold death metal like Molder and carnal savagery, where the aggression carries a bit better than the polished production here. Still believe 50% is a fair score for an album of this caliber. The production is great, especially considering it was produced independently, but it's just a bit too clean for my liking. Heathen Deity's new album Satan's Kingdom took me by surprise with its depth and creativity. This UK black metal band delivers an absolute onslaught of sound, and the album was released on December 6th through Cult Never Dies. Take a listen. What an interesting fucking album that is. Features a delightful blend of folky elements, acoustic sections, piano interludes, flutes, and an eclectic array of sounds that come together to create a rich tapestry. You could say that they've thrown in just about fucking everything but the kitchen sink, and that's precisely what makes Satan's Kingdom so captivating. There's some brutal black metal on this album that sounds incredibly epic. I love the harsh vocals that pierce through the mix, and at times they maintain a black and death edge with deep guttural growls. This band truly experiments with their sound, weaving together black metal, folk metal, black and death into a cohesive and engaging experience. The riffs are fantastic on this, and at times the album delves into beautifully atmospheric black metal. The clean vocals are angelic, adding to the ethereal quality to the songwriting that enhances the emotional resonance of the tracks. The Swine is a standout filled with captivating melodies, razor sharp guitars, and dark evil sounding moments that elevate the song to another fucking level. The atmosphere in Satan's kingdom is thick and immersive, pulling you into its shadowy depths. Satania Albion is another banger of a track, showcasing the band's ability to blend intensity with melody. Burning Angel Wings also impresses with its progressive flair, demonstrating again their versatility and willingness to push boundaries, especially on this. Overall, I found this to be an impressive album, and I think a lot of listeners will be kicking themselves. A lot of YouTubers will be kicking themselves for not including it on the end of year list because they couldn't wait. I'm considering scoring it around, 75% at the moment. It might get to 80 with its ambient passages and folk elements. Heathen Deity exemplifies the incredible talent emerging from the UK black metal scene this year, continuing to push black metal in exciting new directions. And now, our main event for this week's discovery is the Italian melodic death doom band Tethra and their stunning new album Withered Heart Standing. It was released on December 6th through Muse Music Records. Take a listen. From the moment I first heard this album, I was utterly fucking captivated. It's a remarkable journey from start to finish, steeped in a moody atmosphere that beautifully transitions from slow melancholic sections to powerful, heavy passages. The melodic elements are breathtaking, making this one of my favorites melodic doom metal albums to date. Tethra masterfully incorporates elements of death doom, and the opening track Liminal is nothing short of fucking incredible. The songwriting is exceptional, and Claude Tetra's harsh vocals deliver raw intensity, while his clean vocals evoke the haunting beauty of My Dying Bride. His voice carries a dark gothic undertone that resonates deeply with me. The guitars on this album are a true revelation, especially in the slow building crescendo of Gaslighting, which will leave you breathless. The self-titled track is an emotional powerhouse overflowing with feeling and depth. Every fucking moment of this album is brilliant. The haunting female vocals in Days of Cold Sleep add layers of beauty, and the dark, moody violins in Nighttime Surrender create an atmosphere that is both eerie and enchanting. The Simpson keyboards elevate this album to another level, making it truly something very special. The slow-drawing guitars remind me of what Swallow the Sun does so well. Speaking of which, I can't help but wish Swallow the Sun sounded like this album. And holy crap, especially with their melodic death doom. We're treated to beautiful violin sections throughout, like water, like the song Like Water, and a saxophone brings a unique touch that enhances the album's melancholic ride. There are elements in this music that echo the sounds at times of Catatonia and even Evadne, but Tethra has carved out a distinctive place for themselves. Without a doubt, this will be one of my favorites. I'm not kidding. It will be one of my favorites of the year.
Can you hear me?
What I love most is how raw and just unfiltered this album feels. There's a palpable sense of aggression when the harsh vocals hit, and it doesn't sound fucking manufactured. It resonates with pure hurt, and I absolutely adore it. Every song on this album earns its place, and it's so good. It just keeps getting better and better every time you fucking listen to it. Behind the Scars is a heavy standout that showcases the melodic Death Doom sound perfectly. With clean and harsh vocals perfectly balanced at 50-50. Comiato is such a beautiful way to end off the album. I love the guitar slides on this and just a fucking beautiful crescendo of the song, and it's just enriched with fucking atmosphere, and that piano work throughout the song is amazing. The guitars truly shine as the main stars of this record with solos that are rich in emotion and depth. Overall, I'm scoring this a bold, get this, 90%. I know that's high, but I can't help it. I love this album, and I honestly can't stop listening to it. It's amazing in every way, and some of you will probably say this is just really cheesy shit, but you know what? I don't care. Stick a breadstick up your ass. I fucking love this album. And for those that like melodic Death Doom, will probably love this album as well. Definitely check this out. So, that's it for Discovery for this week. Join me next week as we discover some more albums. And yeah, so many good releases this week. Let me know what you discovered down below. It's been fun, and I will see you in the next one.